had to work very hard in order to raise funds to be able to get the building built. Our initial goal was to really try to educate any handicapped child so that that child would have a little bit more hope of advancing in the world. Most of the handicapped individuals that we deal with now are quite severe. Most of them will not be able to actually care for themselves in the future, so they're totally dependent upon their families. And these are very poor families, especially the indigenous families. It's a very difficult life. It's a difficult life for people under any circumstances, and it becomes even more difficult if you have a child or a teenager or now an adult who has special needs. As Boquete has taken on more and more of the indigenous population as laborers, more and more of them are coming with family members who are handicapped. We will provide funding for them to get to the Handicap Foundation through our fundraising, through our donations, which is essential for us. Transportation is very expensive here. It's probably our major cost. And if you can't mobilize people who are living way out in the countryside and have no car and have no ability to get to where we are able to help them, they just sit at home and do nothing. We probably spend about $1,500 a month just in making sure that all of these people, if possible, come once a week to the Handicap Foundation, have a good cooked meal, go home with a little bit of food for themselves. The women in the kitchen are all volunteers because most of them have a handicapped family member. They cook lunch, good hearty lunch for everybody every Saturday. The same volunteers from different family members will go out and work in the garden because we're starting an organic garden so that we can have our own vegetables. They have people who work with them and encourage them in whatever need that they have. Sometimes it's physical therapy, sometimes it's speech therapy, sometimes it's simply being able to sit down and listen to somebody tell their tale of their life. We have tried very hard to get all of the equipment that people need to work with in their homes. We've gotten wheelchairs and walkers, and in some cases there are special needs, such as one of our handicapped individuals has a very difficult, long, narrow dirt path to get to his house in a wheelchair where there was no electricity and there was no water until he was able to come to the Handicap Foundation, and through the Handicap Foundation was able to get assistance and get water line to his house, solar panels for electricity, and a much better path to go up and down. Rodney is an exceptional young man. Since he does have the use of his hands, he's able to use a computer, and he has moved ahead to the point where he has his own business now. I think that he would not be anywhere near the success that he has in his life now without the Handicap Foundation. We have some very kind, very, very kind donors. Of course, Tom is one of them. About 10 years ago, we had a very handsome young deaf boy needing some assistance. Tom and a few of his friends became interested in this young boy's situation. Tom has, and his family now, provides for a very special outing, one of the most exciting days of the year for everybody in the Handicap Foundation, to go to a place called Boquete, which is a recreational center with swimming pools and prepared food, and there's horseback riding, and there's a river that runs through. It's just a beautiful outing for everybody, and everybody's very, very grateful for that. I just think of them as being very kind, gentle benefactors who care about the handicapped members of our community, and they want to do whatever they can to make their lives a little bit better. It's only one of the many things that Tom and Caroline do. If we had $25,000, I think I would definitely look at the possibility of getting a piece of property that's adjacent to us, because we can't meet the needs of everybody. But we don't have enough space available to be able to meet everybody's needs. Our biggest project that we see in the future with great hopes is to have a remodeled, very much improved kitchen facility, because we spend a lot of time doing cooking for the entire group, from 80 to 100 people every Saturday. If we had 2,500, well, then I think I would start to consider doing more like having a really nice play set for our facility. We have a small area in which we could fit it. We have some swings right now that are not of the best quality, but it's better than nothing. We need new furnishings. Some of our furnishings are in ill repair. Now we've just gotten a request for a physical therapy table, which is a special type of a table that the therapist can use to move up and down and move their patients around. So I'm hoping that we're going to be able to get one of them. I don't know how much that's going to cost. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll get a donation. We try and help all of our members improve the quality of their life. That's basically what our goal is.